Alright, what's up everyone? Sunday coffee break. A couple of things before I get into top 10. I know everybody just wants to hear more about top 10. But you're going to hear it or you can move on. This past week I started doing some videos to start posting on Bald Guy Garage again. Yesterday was the first one on Bald Guy Garage. If you're not familiar, that's my other channel where I do kind of a variety over there too as well, only I try and limit it to garage stuff like power tools, outdoor lawn equipment, anything with a small engine, I'll work on it. Like I said, power tools and something that you would take out to the garage and try and fix. I have some other projects coming up for here. Because we are sitting in Retro Gaming with Hopper and Bald Guy Garage. It all comes out of my garage. I have some more projects coming up. I did 2 this week for Bald Guy Garage. I did a Cobra CPI 425. Yeah, 425. A DC to AC inverter. So if you want to check that out, check out my other channel. And if you want to subscribe. If you're already subscribed, then you already got the notification that I posted a video. So I'm going to start posting more over there too as well, because I have some stuff to do for over there that just doesn't really kind of fit in here, you know, as far as with the gaming, with arcade, pinball machines, video games, jukeboxes and claw machines and stuff like that, and home video systems, home game systems I should say, and my electronics. Now electronics, I've been kicking around moving them over to Bald Guy Garage so I could kind of dedicate the gaming channel here for just everything gaming. Gaming, but I don't know if I want to or not. I don't think I'm going to have enough stuff to keep the gaming channel going. Well, I do for a while. There's always stuff to do on these machines, especially once we get over to the arcade. I'll be doing videos over there of doing some maintenance and getting stuff back up and running. Everything hasn't been turned on since October. This is 1st of March. And you know how EMs are. They're a little finicky. They love being played. The more you play them, the better they play. So I'm sure we're going to be messing with them quite a bit. Solid states usually don't give a rat's rear end if they sit or not. So I think I'm going to keep the electronics here. The stereo equipment, speakers, subwoofers, stuff like that here too. Just be able to post more content here than over on Bald Guy Garage. Depending on what happens during the summer here, I may get a whole bunch of stuff in and I have to start posting more over there, more and more over there, which I'm not against. We have 440 subs over there, so and I haven't posted since I think October was the last time I posted over there. I kind of looked, and I don't know, there's not very many videos. I don't even think there's 150 videos over there. Hell, there may not even be 100 videos over there. You see how much I pay attention to that type of stuff. I just pay attention to what people are liking and my comments and my sub count and views. You know, I look at and see what gets the most views, what type of material gets the most views, and then that's the content I try and do. But I have so much stuff that I have to do, that I like to do, that I post it anyway. I don't care if it only gets 40 views. It's on there, and over time, all that stuff kind of gains views because people get interested in it, in that type of stuff, especially the DVDs. Not so much the VCRs. I get a lot of views on VCRs and DVD players, depending on the type, the make, the model. The all-in-one stereo system seem to do all right too. What doesn't, you know, a lot of the pinball stuff doesn't really do a whole lot. Top 10 Playfield has really boosted the views, because I really dug into that one and started with damn near a blank slate on it. In fact, the whole machine is pretty much, most people would have parted that one out and burned it. But I'm not like that. I don't give up on pinball machines. I don't mind giving up on video games. I'll pull the boards out of them in the cabinet. I'll gladly burn an old swelled up cabinet and that won't hurt my feelings at all, because I know there's enough cabinets out there that boards and everything have been pulled out for other machines, that you can pick up good cabinets. And hell, maybe even excuse me, man, maybe even someday I wouldn't mind building cabinets for boards that I buy. The video games really do interest me. I enjoy working on them too. Monitors in them. I like working on the monitors. I'm not a real big fan of converting them over to LCD, but I will if it has a crap monitor in it. It just makes them that much lighter and it makes the picture that much better if you can put a decent LCD in it. And it's easier to maintain. You can, you know, LCDs, you can pick them up. Hell, I use, a lot of times I'll use an old computer monitor, a good 22, 24-inch LCD monitor, put that in there, and hell, it looks nice. We did Time Soldiers. That has the LCD in it, and that has I think that's a Dell or an HP old monitor. Old LCD monitor that I put in that, and that turned out really well. Looks good. Yep. How's it look? So, Silver Strike, that's a 25-inch. That's why I took the whole saving the chassis approach on that one, because of it being a 25. And good 25s are hard to come by, and especially in an LCD. Try and find an LCD that'll fit in there and look right in a 25-inch hole. Yeah. But like I said, so I'm going to start posting more and more over on Bald Guy Garage. I have the Cobra inverter that I just finished up, and that's ready to go on. You seen that yesterday if you notice. I posted this week, probably Wednesday. This week I'm posting Saturday with Retro Gaming with Hopper's video too. Post them both on Saturday. I may change that up and start posting different days with Bald Guy Garage just so everybody doesn't have to listen to me or look at me for that long of a period of time. So I may change that up. I may go Tuesday and Thursday with Bald Guy Garage, but I'm kind of eyeballing Friday. I kind of like Friday. And I know I don't have enough stuff to post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Because on Retro Gaming with Hopper, you know, I only have have to come up with 2 videos for the week, Wednesday and Saturday. The other one is already taken, you know, Sunday coffee break. So that's my 3rd video for the week for Retro Gaming with Hopper. Now, Bald Guy Garage, it may start out as 1 video a week, and then as I start digging out more stuff to work on, I'll probably boost it up to 2 days a week. Eventually, I wouldn't mind having 3 videos over there a week for a while. But the summertime's hectic. The outdoor market and the arcade take up so much of my time during the summer that I may keep 1 day a week, 1 video a week for Bald Guy Garage, and hell, I may end up having to drop back to 1 video a week for Retro Gaming with Hopper, plus, you know, the Sunday coffee break. Sunday coffee break, I can upload it to both channels and have it air on both channels on Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. I don't know. That'd probably go over all right, because there's people that subscribe to Bald Guy Garage that don't subscribe over here, and vice versa. So it could be something that I look at. It's just, if I do that, I have to make sure that my videos or my Sunday coffee break is under an hour. Under 45 minutes is even better, because it takes so much time to upload anything over 45 minutes, you know, 16, 18, 20 hours. So if I upload it to both channels, we're looking at 40 hours of upload time that the computer's doing, that I could be uploading another video for a different video for the channels. It's just the way the internet is here. It is just way too slow. And hell, we'll see what happens this summer. I may be able to get FiOS, but right now $85 a month is just out of the budget for internet. So I have to stay with Verizon. They call it high-speed internet. So I have to stay with it. But I'll back on posting for Bald Guy Garage. Like I said, Cobra was yesterday. Wednesday or next Saturday or Friday, depending on what I do here, is going to be a P200 Ryobi drill. I had 2 of them. Both of them were in need of some love and help. So I ended up having to take both of them and building another real good Ryobi P200 that I needed a spare that I can take over to the arcade and leave over at the arcade, and I don't have to worry about carrying it back and forth. I'm working on something for batteries. I have some good batteries that died on me prematurely, and I think they have dead cells in them. We tore a couple of those Ryobi batteries down on Bald Guy Garage and determined that we did have dead cells in them. They're the gray batteries, the 18650 batteries are in them. I'm working on getting a spot welder for doing 18650s. and I can change out the batteries in and put more of the good batteries together. I have a shit ton of those old yellow batteries. I think I counted the other day when I was over at the shop. There's 18 of those old yellow batteries, and I may go through them. Those don't take the 18650s. Those take those. They're not the 26650s. They're kind of tweeners. They almost look like a C cell, but they're not a C cell, and it's not a 26650 battery. But I have so many of them, I can go through them and pull all the good ones and build good batteries out of those. And those yellow batteries, the batteries are going to be weak in them to begin with. They're not going to hold a real long charge. They won't be really good for doing, to put in your drill or your saw, your sawzall, or your circular saw, or your sander, or anything like that. But I'll tell you what, you stick them in one of the Roby radios, and they'll run 2 days on them old junk batteries if you have good cells in them that'll hold a charge for longer than 5 minutes. And flashlights, they're great for the flashlights. They're big, bulky, and heavy. That's why they kind of suck for the flashlights, but they work. So you can run your flashlight forever and a day on one of them old crap batteries. And that's what I'm looking at doing, is I can bring them over and start going through them and pulling them out and pulling good cells out of them and building decent batteries for my flashlights and my radios, because I have 2 of the cordless radios now, and I have a plethora of flashlights. And I'll tell you what, I really like their flashlights because they're bright, and they're bright. I think I don't know. I have one of the newer green styles, and then I have three or four of the old blue styles with the big, look like War of the Worlds, when that that camera comes down. That's what it kind of reminds me of. It might be a little further back than some of you, but they work really good, and they are bright. So I'll do that. I have that coming up. All right. I have a air compressor that I need to look at and see if I can rebuild it, because I could always use an extra air compressor. I hate this big one I have sitting over here. That thing, bought that at Harbor Freight. Now, I'm not a big fan of it. I think it's a Fortress. I think that's what they call it. Yeah, Fortress. 26 gallon, 175 psi, 4.5 CSFM, 1.7 horse, which absolutely sucks. It gets too hot, and it has a hard time filling the tank up past 125 psi, and a lot of times it'll trip the breaker. And it's done that ever since I got it. I thought it was just that I had not enough juice out here, but I do. It's on a 30 amp breaker. I can turn everything off in here, turn on that compressor, and when it starts getting up to about 125 psi, it starts, you can hear the motor start really laboring to push more into the tank. At 1 3/4 horse, that's just absolutely nothing for an air compressor. I have a 5 horse 26 gallon 26 yeah 26 gallon DeVilbiss over in the other shop. It's a portable too, but I need to rebuild the compressor head on it. It's an oilless, but that one, this will be the second time I'll rebuild that DeVilbiss. I mean, that thing is, they last, but the oilless, you wear the pistons and cylinder out so quick on those oilless. So if you're looking at a compressor, buy one that takes the oil like a regular small engine. Those last. So I have that compressor coming up. I haven't pulled it out because I can't get parts for it yet. So that's why it's buried right now. It's under my table back here. I left one day, always left it on, plugged in, and you know, so if the air leaked out a little bit, it could come on, pump it back up, so I always had air. Come home one day and come in the garage, and the garage had smoke in it, and it just stunk to high heaven of burnt wire, and the breaker had tripped, and sure enough, compressor under here, it really, I think it ate itself up. So I want to pull it out and take a peek at it and see if it's worth doing anything with, see if the motor just fried on it, or you know, or if it seized up and then cooked the motor. But the breaker should have tripped a lot sooner, and that has a little breaker on it as well. It has a little red button on the side, because if it got real cold and it tried coming on, it would just move slow and then trip that little red reset button on it. But this time, I don't know. She absolutely ate herself up, so we're gonna have to, we'll take a peek at it and see if it's worth doing anything with, or if we're just gonna scrap it or keep the tank for something, make a smoker out of it or something, you know, something fun like that. You can cut it in half and do barbecue out of it. There you go. On wheels, a little low, but you know, take your little roller stool over to it, you know, flip some burgers, have us a good old time. But I have other stuff coming up. Once I got into the mood of doing some of those projects, now I keep thinking of other stuff that I need to go and find and dig out and do for it, for Bald Guy Garage. I really enjoy working on that type of stuff too. I just like working on crap, period. I don't care what it is. I got a bread machine that's sitting inside that's motor quit in it. It won't need the dough. So I'm going to take a look at that. Those are always fun. I kind of draw the line of microwaves. Microwaves are just, they're, I'm just not a big fan of the magnetron that's in it. Magnetron? Yeah. Operatron. So, you know, I've heard some horror stories when the microwaves first come out. Oh, you don't screw with them, you're gonna get irradiated. You start screwing with them and it's gonna pump your food full of radiation. And the next thing you know, your testicles are gonna fall off. So I just, no. Pull the side panel, pull the covers off of them, pull some copper out of them. Pitch them. What are they now? About 70 bucks for a brand new one. Okay. Enough about Bald Guy Garage. I'm going to take a break, and then I'll come back and we're going to couldn't have timed that better. Just as I said I was going to go on, take a break, battery died. And I talked a little bit, looked up, and I'm no longer recording. But as I was saying, after the coffee break, we would get into talking about top 10 a little bit. Top 10. Wednesday I posted a video on putting the inserts in and getting the stuff done underneath the play field. The inserts were, I kind of mapped them out, and I kind of put stuff where, you know, you'd normally see the colors. The colors are different, of course, on the new inserts than the old ones. The old ones are that opaque, you know, that milky white. Where the new ones are a nice clear. So, you know, I put the amber where extra ball would be, because normally on your pinball machines, amber is amber. Yeah, orangish, amber. Yeah, the amber is normally your shoot again extra ball. Red, of course, is special. So wherever special was, I put the red. Wherever the extra ball was, that's where I put the amber. Up around the center spinner, the yellow arrows, I put yellow in those. And of course, bonus is usually white, so I put clear. You know, if you watch the video, that's how I kind of mapped everything out that way, and put the colors in where I thought they would be best at and look the best. Matching colors with your normal colors. The only ones that aren't normal are probably the yellows and that orange up around the 3000 loop. Orange, I think that was a clear. That was that opaque. And around the spinner, the two yellow arrows were that opaque. So I just wanted to dress it up a little bit. So we got all the switches put in. We got everything all cleaned up. All the leaf switches were cleaned. The wires all cleaned up, put in. We put on the guide rails. No, that was yesterday. Yeah, I didn't do that, no. Cleaned up all of our relays and all that. The only thing that's left under the play field are the hooking up the pop bumpers, wiring in the lights, and cleaning all of our drop targets and screwing around with the flippers. I already got started on it. Flippers are built. That was kind of interesting. That was fun because there's nothing available for those flippers. The only thing that's available is the coil, and I have the the coil on order. But I did have another flipper coil. You'll see when that video comes out. I had another flipper coil, so I just put that one in. I didn't solder it in. I just wanted to get it in so I could get everything built. And when we flip it over, we can put the rubbers. Don't forget your rubbers. We can put the rubbers on the flippers, and it's complete. I rounded up all the stuff that goes under the bottom apron too. That video will be coming out Wednesday with working on that stuff. But we got everything all cleaned up, and then we flipped it over, and that's where I stopped it. And then yesterday you got to see the full build of the play field itself, populating it, getting the aprons painted, the rails painted, then putting them on, cleaning up the wire form, or the wire guides, ball guides, getting them all cleaned up and put on, and then putting everything down on it, and the pop bumpers, you know, it just. And then I did a short on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday of the play field. Everybody got kind of a sneak peek there as to what it looks like, and you'll get a real good peek at it, or you got a real good peek at it yesterday after it was all completed. I'm really happy with it, the way it came out. Once I get I have one more video on it, and that I'm working on now. That'll be Wednesday's video. Once that video comes out, the play field will be complete, and we'll be able to move on to something else on on the machine. I'm gonna take that play field and I'll wrap it all up, and it's gonna go hide for a while until I'm ready to put it down in the cabinet. I'm really kind of liking the looks of it. I think it really turned out good. It's not without flaws, but for what I started with, I think it turned out good. And the more of these I do, the better I get at doing them. And this isn't the first. Well, it's the first for a complete. I've had some rough ones that I've fixed up, and they look good. Star Trek, Gorgar, Knight Rider. Just about every one of them I get. A couple of them, playfields were in good condition, but most of the time they're not. This was the first complete redo of the playfield, and it's the first, but I'm sure it's not the last. I don't know what Big Indian looks like. It's been 4 years since I've seen it. Black Pyramid, that's going to be a complete redo, because it's got so much planking and peeling. We may have to find a new playfield for Black Pyramid, which will break my heart, because I got a lot of work into that one. So we'll study it and look at it real good, and if possible, we'll keep it and see what we can do about flattening it out, because the planking and peeling is just it. You'll see one. There's a couple videos on Black Pyramid about 3 years ago, when I first got it, and you could take a look at that and see what the hell I had to do with it if you're interested in Bally's Black Pyramid. That's a fun machine. I got to get that here too. There's no lack of projects for here. I could keep 2-3 videos a week going here, but it's parts. Nothing until we get back to work. We'll see. I got my appeal coming up probably next week for the channel about getting monetized again. And I get kind of excited about it, but then I gotta remind myself I've done this appeal and got my hopes up and got dumped on at the end. But this time I finally got a hold of somebody, like I said before, at Google and at YouTube, and they seem pretty confident that I can get this resolved this time. Everybody else, you go through a little program. I'm not getting into it again. That's just I'll do the appeal and we'll go from there and see what happens. If not, then I'll just keep struggling along here and keep things going as best as I can, and hopefully I can get more projects done. But for top 10, like I said, after the playfield's completed, we got one more video on it. I'm going to put the playfield away, and up on the rotisserie I'm going to put the bottom mech up on there, and we can start working through it. And I started videos on working on the cabinet, getting it ready for paint and stenciling. We'll do that, and then we still have the back box. I'm kind of stretching this out as long as I can to make as many videos as I can on this machine to keep getting out there that I'm looking for a score motor for it. This past week I found that somebody has already done the cams with the 3D printer, and I found the 4 files free. So I downloaded them. I printed out one of the cams, the top cam, number 4. I still have some work to do with my 3D printer because I have some warpage going on with it. These should be totally flat, but it kind of resembles a frisbee. I mean, it would work if it's not too high, whatever. I need to work on leveling my playfield, my build plate on my 3D printer. My problem with the 3D printer is the screen's bad on it, and I cannot do a leveling. When I first got it plugged in, I screwed around, I updated the firmware on it, my screen came back. I was able to do my leveling, got it leveled the best that I knew, you know, how they tell you to do it, you know, put a sheet of paper and, you know, move it around and adjust your little wing nuts and play with its nuts, you know, whole thing. And had it working decent, but I had it warping on one corner, and then my screen quit again. So now I can't do a leveling again. So on that corner, all I did was I took its nut and twisted it and let it scream for about a quarter of a turn, and that helped out, but it didn't, just for small projects. Right in the center, small projects. But when you start doing bigger projects like a score motor cam, you know, we're talking, now it has to come out further where the unleveling is. But it's kind of strange that the whole thing warped and not just one side. It's kind of puzzling, that I'm kind of wondering, you know, if I have something else going on, like, you know, hell, I don't know, maybe the whole bed is just too far away from my nozzle. But anyway, enough of the 3D printer. That's my problem. I have the cams downloaded and I have the file, so I can print out all 4 of the cams. I looked at my bottom mech again. I have the motor brackets, the 2 brackets that hold the plate, that the motor sits underneath, and then the plate has the fingers coming up for the switches. If I had that plate, I think I may have found a score motor, but it's like $85 used, and I'm not positive it's the right one. You know, so that's just here nor there. I can, it seems that the motor itself is probably, I can probably get it. It's that plate with the fingers that come up that hold all the switches is what I really, really need. The switches would be great too, to have all the switches in the guide rails. But if not, you know, guide rails, we can get those. I'm sure probably the same as Bally or Williams on that type of a score motor on those older ones. The same with the switches. The switches I can make up. I can buy all the leaf switch material you need, all the leafs, all the pads, all the spacers, all the little white nubbins out on the end to keep them apart so you have your make and break. You know, that stuff, simple. Can get all of that and work with it and use the wiring schematics and wire each one of those switches in where they belong. Granted, it'd take probably a week, maybe, but you know, it definitely can be done. That's why I haven't given up on this. That plate and a score motor. And I got cams. We can start screwing around with that. But it'll come. No hurry. You know, if somebody sees this and has one lying around. Went to sleep. Got tired. Probably got tired of listening to me babble. So that's one good thing, one good news about Top 10, is cams are available to print. And it may be that I update my printer before I need these. Never know. It could be tomorrow somebody contacts me and tells me they have the plate. See what, we'll go from there. All right, time for another break, and I don't know, we may end it. We'll see. See what the hell else is going on. All right, be back. All right, so we're already in the first week of March. And, you know, that only gives me 2 more months before I have to go down and open up. And all of probably April, at least 2 or 3 days a week are going to be down there getting ready the whole month. Because I mentioned last Sunday that I'm going to take down some of my extra showcases and get them set up. So that only gives me, you know, all of this month, March, which so far has been really looking good weather-wise, where I can be out here as long as I want. I can even get the garage door and get out in the parking lot and start working on stuff out there. Like, you know, sanding and painting and stuff like that. I hate painting in here because then it gets all over everything. So I can work out there, and which, you know, that gives me more incentive to work on that type of stuff, the cabinets, and getting stuff painted. I painted the playfield in here because, you know, I painted it in here. It wasn't a full-on, you know, fogging up the whole garage mist of paint where painting that cabinet is going to be, like the priming it. That video started, yeah. So we won't go there anymore because I'm not very far along. So with it being warmer, I can get more stuff done out here. And I have to get as much stuff done as I can this month, because I'm going to be shortened up next month, where I'm not going to be able to be out here every day. There's going to be days that I'll be down below working and getting that ready. Because let's face it, that's where our money's at, is down there. And in April too, I'm going to have to go over and start spending a day or so over at the arcade, just going through all the machines again and making sure everything's working again, and doing some tweaking and some maintenance on that type of stuff. And I have 2 machines sitting in here that are ready to go over, which is Scorpion and the Kodak picture machine, the picture kiosk. That's ready to go over. With those 2 out of here, God, that gives me more room to bring stuff in, but right now the van's not running, so, and I can't take stuff over in the car because the car's too small. So I'm kind of stuck right now between a rock and a hard place for a little while, as far as getting stuff to take over, which is okay. I don't have the room over there yet. It would just be kind of sitting in the middle of the floor until I start clearing everything out in the retail area and turning that into the part of the arcade as well. Because I'm pretty sure that's the route we're going to go, is we're just going to turn the whole building into an arcade. All the stuff that's there sells really good at Leaper, the outdoor market, so that's we're just going to continue selling down there. And hell, who knows, you know, if I get monetized, I might be able to start making a little bit of money off of the channels too. Never know what's in store for the future. Let's see, I have a jukebox in here that I have to get finished up for my neighbor. He hasn't been pushing because it sits out on his porch, and you're not going to be sitting out on your porch listening to it right now during the winter. So I got to get that finished up too. I'll get started back on that. And I got the Venus, the AMI Venus to work on. With it being warmer now, I can start doing more body work outside, so that's going to be coming up on the priority list, is to do it and get it ready to take over. Other than that, you know, there's not a whole heck of a lot going on. We went to Erie today. I had to go up to Ollie's. Good stuff, cheap, and pick up your normal household stuff that you need, you know, laundry soap, you know, your normal. We go there because they have name brand, and you know, it's cheaper than going to anywhere else. And then on the way home, we stopped at the Golden Feed Bag and strapped on the feed bag, and God, made a pig of myself, and now I'm about half asleep sitting here. If you haven't realized it, today is Friday for me, Sunday for you. That's what I did today. Then I come out here and I started my coffee break, because it'll take all day tomorrow, Saturday, to upload it so I can post it for Sunday morning. But that's about all I have for you this week. Busier weeks coming up. The warmer it gets, the more I have to do. And starting with Bald Guy Garage again, I have even more to do. So it's gonna be kind of tight this summer. It'll be 7 days a week. Won't be too many days that I won't be doing anything. Monday's probably still auction. We cut out all the used merchandise last year, except for the electronics and the albums, the record, the vinyl. And we noticed our sales were down, and we figured that it's because we don't carry the used merchandise that we used to. We make more money on the used stuff than we do the new stuff. So this year we're gonna start buying some more used stuff again, only a little more selective than what we used to do. It'll still be vinyl and electronics, but the household, the kitchenware stuff, you know, some bakeware like Corningware, Pyrex. Not so much Pyrex. Pyrex doesn't sell real well anymore. Corningware does. Tupperware, Lock and Lock, that type of stuff. Yeah, we'll go and start buying that stuff again. That way we can go piss off some people at the auction again. Because, oh, not them. They buy everything I want. Yeah, well, don't be so damn cheap. Buy it if you want it. Hell, I'm not against it. Somebody beats me out of something, it's like, hey, they wanted to pay more for it than I did. That's why it's called an auction. If you have two people bidding, it's an auction. And there's always one person that's willing to pay more than the other. So there's no need to get pissed because you didn't get it for $1. He was willing to pay $2 for it. But yeah, every time we show up, a lot of them women get pissed. Yeah, they're here. We won't be able to buy nothing now. Yeah, tough. You can buy whatever you want. Haze. Okay, enough of that. So I hope you enjoyed the coffee break as much as I enjoy bringing it to you. I enjoy these sit-downs and telling you everything that's going on. That way I can tell you things that I forgot to say in videos. And don't forget about my affiliates and my store in the description if you want to help out the channel. Check out my store and check out my affiliates. And if you want to help the channel in a way that doesn't cost you anything, just hit that like button. Leave me a comment. Tell me that I run my mouth too much. Whatever. I don't care. But make sure you hit that like button. Even if you're watching it on TV, you can still find the like button. All you do is take your down button and hit it, and then it comes up and it's right there. Hit it. So make sure you hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed so you get notification of all my new content coming out for you. And don't forget, if you're not subscribed to Bald Guy Garage, go over and subscribe to Bald Guy Garage and see what the hell I'm doing over there too. I have a lot of fun over there too as well. So until next Sunday, everybody have a great week. It's going to be warm all this week for us. So it's going to be a great week. So until next Sunday, see ya.